This is a bad habit. Why? Because I'm dropping my hands. Every time I throw a punch, it comes back low. But how do you stop this from happening? And that's what we're going to show you today. How to stop dropping your guard so that you don't get knocked out whenever you're boxing. Now, if you're in the competitive boxing world, it's okay to get enthralled with knowing how to throw a punch and all of that. But the difference that we have to be aware of in boxing is that whenever you start boxing and throwing punches, your arms start to fatigue. Bad habits start to settle in. So we're going to show you one great tool that we use to teach guys how to throw their hands and get them back to center. All right? Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to get countered. And if you look at fighters that expose people for that, Canelo Alvarez is a great example of someone who understands how to find your opening in the later rounds. If you go back to the Amir Khan fight, it was about a feint and then counter over the top because Amir throws, brings his hands back low. So we're going to show you one of my favorite tools that I use when it comes down to making sure that you don't drop your hands. This is a shadow boxer. Now, the first thing that you want to think about is when you're shadow boxing is making sure that I will not get used to throwing shots and bringing my hands back where they're comfortable. Because if your hands are comfortable, more than likely, they're in the wrong place. What you want to keep in mind as I switch my power hands to the original color, the copper tone, not only are you going to hold your hands up, you got to make sure that when you throw punches, you have to keep your head off the line. So remember, keep your hands here. And then I do the rotation. As you can see, I rotate it one time over so that I know with a reach of of a man that's 6'7", this thing is kind of long. So I know when I do this, I want to make sure that when I throw, boom, as you can see, it pulls your hands back and boom. Now, you got to make sure that your head is going off the line. If not, boom, you're there, right? You throw here, boom, you're there. So it's important that you are comfortable and confident about throwing your hands. Now, this is one of my faves, and when we use this going into the 2017 Golden Gloves, the guys had been using this 17 months, and they were so conditioned to throwing their punches, it really worked out. No one was getting countered, and that was because their hands was coming back and they were throwing punches with their head off the line. If you don't throw punches with your head off the line, you're going to get countered. This gives you much more confidence because it gives you muscle memory. Doing it the exact same way every single day will make you the actual boxing star you want to be when it comes down to your skills. But the second part that you're going to need in order to become a relevant boxer, number one, programming. And the programming is going to have everything you need in it. The how, when, why. And when you do that, that gets you to that next level. You don't have holes there. The second thing you're going to need, if you're planning on being relevant in boxing, you're going to need to know exactly how to promote yourself. Self-promotion is the new promotion. You can't depend on anybody else to do it for you. Name one fighter that's making millions of dollars and getting opportunity at titles and has no following. Now wait. Exactly. So taking the opportunity to self-promote yourself is relevant. And we have a guide all about building your own mountaintop. If you want to be relevant in boxing, make sure that you understand those two components. That's when you learn this is what's relevant in 2025 moving forward. Hopefully you guys got something from this. If you want to try using this shadow boxer, I'll put the link up in the store. Now these power hands are one of my favorites as well. Now, they don't sell these anymore. They're no longer available. So for those of you who get the shadow boxer, send us the receipt and we'll send you a pair of these shadow boxes. And the key is realizing this. It's vital that you guys prepare yourself for what you want. And the only way you get there is prepare yourself for battle. and the journey of building yourself and your personal brand. That's all I got. Hopefully this was something that gave you value. And remember, if you want to build your brand up, if you want to get big, the first thing you got to remember is communication. You got to be willing to communicate. This is a link bracelet. And this not only connects you to many, many people around the globe, wherever you go. It's something that you can actually tap someone's phone and they can just take all your information and start following you. So no matter what you do, remember the two components. Number one, have programming. So coaches, listen, you need programming. Number two, make sure no matter what, you promote yourself. More than anything, promotion is number two. And the rest is all about duplicating that, rinsing and repeating. If you want to learn how to do this, then make sure you type the word promo down below and build your boxing brand if you want to be relevant in the sport of boxing. Until next time, Coach Bradley signing out. The link bracelet, shadow boxer, and if you don't get the power hands, you can get the Maestro. And our stories will have all of those links so that you guys can get going now. Until next time, remember, build your own brand so you can get an opportunity. Name one fighter that's making millions of dollars and has no following. Exactly. Coach Bradley signing out. Welcome to Finer Points of Boxing Training. Peace.